Welcome to this video where I'll be showing you how to render transparent materials such as plastics and glass. So as you can see here, I've already produced an example in a sort of green transparent / translucent polymer, something like acrylic, and the idea is that you can actually see all of the edges of the object. This is just a cuboid. If you had a more complicated object, then obviously you would need to put in all the edges for that object. So we're going to show you how to run through this first, and then we're going to show you how that particular item, that particular material would interact with other materials, as obviously it's transparent so you can see through it. So any object placed behind it would still be able to be seen. So we'll run you through that afterwards. So the first thing we're going to do is show you what to do. Take your lightest tone, much like the other tutorials we've gone through. Always start off with your lightest tone and sketch that in. So just going to sketch in the edges of our object. Try and keep this quick. Now this is probably going to end up being orange, but I've done it in yellow to start with, just so that if this doesn't work out quite right, because it might be quite hard to pick up on the camera. So we might go back to orange. Then we just start bringing in very light lines to represent the internal edges. I might be able to abandon this particular example. And you're just trying to give this sort of sense of glow where the light has caught the edge and it's slightly diffused. Let's start with that and then add in the orange. One of the problems I've got at the moment is I'm quite restricted by the colours, the range of colours I've got. So I may have been a little bit too hasty in choosing orange and yellow, but hopefully this is starting to come together. Now on the edges that you can see, you're going to want to make those lines darker, and the edges you can't see, you're going to want to keep them lighter. One way to do that is to just pick out the intersections, sort of the parts where the edges meet, and that helps your eye connect those up, and then suddenly this line becomes a bit darker, a bit better defined. Then what you can do is take this colour and just add a bit in. So you can see it's sort of like an orangey yellow. That noise you can hear in the background, I believe, is a reversing bin lorry. So much with all the other examples I've done, this is not going to be the best example straight off because I'm trying to rush through it to keep this video short. But you can see here the type of thing we're talking about. And you just want to keep these transitions as smooth as possible. So using that flat edge on your pencil, holding it further down, and just developing that skill to get a nice flat smooth texture. So let's just that there. Remember, this is not a photorealistic image, so all you're really trying to do is to produce something that says, look, I'm transparent, I've got this colour. If you want to show that it's reflective, then all you need to do is to put two thin parallel lines, and that applies to almost any material. If you want to show that that material is reflective, that just shows that it's reflecting off that surface. So if we want to do the same to the green, again, it's a couple of parallel lines, and go over slightly darker. So that's how we produce a transparent object. Sometimes what can happen is when you're looking at an isometric transparent object, your eyes can start to perceive it in a different way. So instead of it looking like this is the closest edge, suddenly this can look like the closest edge. So just be aware that if that starts to happen, then just continue working on it and start using the darker lines around the outside to really define the external edges. So if we show you this here, that way, you can see what we've done is we've taken the sheet from our previous wood rendering exercise and produced a new drawing here with a plywood texture and this embedded sort of slotted section which has green acrylic in it, translucent acrylic. So what we've done here is drawn the wooden parts first, then drawn in these green sections and just gone over it with a green tone over the whole thing, super light, and then built it up as we go along. And one of the other things you can do is if the light source is coming down from this direction, then there'll be a shadow here, and that'll be part of a green shadow. And you can see here in the shadow we've also put a bit of green. So we're just trying to create this sense that light is passing through here and the light colour is changing here to represent the material that's passed through it. So the way to do that, and we've got an example here, we're just going to quickly render this up in a few brown tones. Nothing particularly impressive. So what we'll do here is, if we want to put a piece of acrylic that was sat in front of this, we would then draw it in. With our lightest green tone, like so. And then start to put a green overlay over the whole thing. For our lightest tone. As you can see, what we've got here is an area we can now build up. So we just take that darker, let's just sharpen that pencil real quick. Going with the darker version, just to really define those edges. And again, if you've got lots of variation in your colour pencil range, then you can just work your way up the tones to get the darkest tone you want at the end, going through 3 or 4 different pencils. In this case I've only got 2 greens, so I'm having to be a little bit more careful. So as you can see, what we're looking for is to tint this entire area here with the colour of the transparent material, translucent material that's in front of it, so that then we can go back in and finish our drawing off. Again, because it's hidden behind this, we're trying to make those lines slightly lighter, just so that you've got that contrast between the light that's coming off of here that you can see and then the light that's being reflected through the object that would probably not be quite as bright or contrasting. Hopefully that's enough to give you an opportunity to start. So the things to remember are to use your lightest tone when you're first drawing out the edges of your object. Put an entire layer of your lightest tone over your lightest shade for that object over the entire piece of material, and then build it up, identifying the exterior edges as being darker than the interior ones to give that sense of depth and help people understand which direction the lines, the edges should be going in. And then if you're placing it on top of another object, which is quite common, make sure that you render the other object as much as possible first, and then you can go back afterwards and define the edges slightly more where the material is not covering the view of the material that's behind it. So the translucent material, where that is not covering the material behind it, those lines will be darker, and where it is, you try to make those a little bit more diffused, a little bit lighter.